Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Monday evening. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Looking forward to a nice week ahead. Have a nice kind of mixed practice today, bit of core work, bit of leg work, and a couple of flows in between. So hopefully you will enjoy it, kind of all round practice. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. And don't forget to let us know when you've completed the practice so we can add you to our roll of honour when you've got your 4 practices done for the month. And congratulations to all of you who have continued to keep up with your practice long term, and hopefully I'm sure you're feeling the benefits of it. So let us begin our practice today lying down. Make yourself comfortable on your mat. Soften your body. Close your eyes. And just slow down. Letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your life. Just bringing yourself to your mat. And our theme today is accept. So just accept yourself here on the mat. And focus in on your sense of hearing. Notice all of the sounds around you, the near and the far, the loud and the soft. Just let them drift through you without identifying any of the sounds. Just let all of the sounds fill your senses. Noticing how transient sound is. And then turn your attention to your sense of smell, conjuring up in your mind your favorite scent. And as you inhale, feel that scent envelop you. Enjoying the sensation of that scent. And let your attention now focus on the back of your eyelids. Notice the colours, the shapes, the movement that's presented to you there. And then begin to become aware of your connection with the mat, all of the points of your body that connect with the mat. Your heels, your calves, your thighs, your arms, your glutes, the back of your rib cage, your shoulder blades, the back of your head. And focusing on the back of your rib cage, notice how that connection changes with your breath. A very subtle change as you inhale, your rib cage getting a little closer to the mat. And as you exhale, the rib cage lightening its touch on the mat. And then with your attention fully on your breath, inhaling through your nose into your belly, pause, and then exhaling through your nose. And with your exhale, just imagining you're exhaling through the base of your throat. As you begin to make that gentle sound like a baby snoring or the ocean waves. For your victorious or your UAG breath. And we're going to use this breath throughout the practice. And when you're ready, bend your knees. And on your next inhale, raise your arms up over your head to the floor behind you. And exhale them down by your sides. Twice more. And then hugging your knees into your chest, just begin to circle those ankles. First in one direction, and then take it in the opposite direction. Letting the hands come down onto the mat again. Raise the legs up and let's just begin to cycle with those legs. Keeping them going here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hugging the knees into the chest once more. Letting the left foot come down onto the mat. Cross the right leg over that left thigh. And then lifting up the left leg, holding on, if you can, to the back of your thigh, if that's comfortable for you. And if you like, you can straighten that left leg. And just breathe into this. Accept yourself and your position in this pose. Just yield to it. And focus on your breath. 3 breaths here. And then letting that left leg come down. Let's just take that over to the other side. And again, as you cross the left leg over, keep the ankle proud of the thigh, the left ankle, proud of that right thigh. Holding on to the back of your leg if you can, and if you want to raise the right leg up, do. Listening to your body, work with what works for you, and accept what your body gives you today. As we take 3 breaths here. And then letting the right leg down and then the left. Let's just roll over onto our sides and come up to sit. And if you want to sit on a block, do. Whatever way you're sitting, equal weight on both seat bones. Sitting up nice and tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Soften the shoulders, close your eyes. And just accept yourself. And then with your hands down either side of your hips here, we're going to do a big circle with the body. Nice and slowly, as you circle it, focus on your whole core area. So feel how each area moves with the circle. So the side, back, the side, and the middle. So just nice, big, slow circles here as you become aware of your whole core. And then let's take that in the opposite direction. And then coming back to the center. Reaching your right arm up, let's take a nice stretch to the left again, being aware of your core and the stretch to the right side of your body. Keeping the chest bright, shoulders in line with each other. One more breath here. And then let's take that over to the other side. Nice deep stretch, really feeling the length of that left side of your body. And coming back to the center, closing your eyes, draw your head back so the face is looking up to the ceiling. And then bowing the head down to the floor. Being very aware of your neck as you alternate between these two extremes. Nice and slowly nodding that head backwards and forwards, stretching the neck in the front and the back. And then coming back to the center, let's turn the head as far as it can go to the left. And then keeping that chin parallel with the floor, turn the head as far as it can go to the right. Again, being very aware of your neck, stretching and mobilizing as we move from side to side. And then coming back to the center once more, just letting that left ear come down towards the left shoulder, maybe using your left hand to just encourage that stretch to deepen. You'll feel it down the right shoulder. One more breath here. And then let's take that over to the other side. One more breath. And coming back to the center, draw those shoulders up to your ears, back and down. And again, up and back and down, up and back and down. 2 more times. Good. From here, let's make our way onto all fours in tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, feet straight out behind you. Nice active hands, pressing into the mat with your fingertips. Let's do a couple of cat-cows here. Inhaling to your cow pose, really exaggerating the pose. And then exhaling through to your cat. And then coming to stillness, let's make our way down into our puppy dog pose. Let the hands come out in front of you. Lowering the forehead down onto the mat, keeping those knees, those hips over the knees, stretching the arms out, feeling that length in the spine. Notice how your spine feels, how your pelvis feels. Just become very aware of the shape of the back of your body and how that feels. Your shoulders, your arms, the length of your spine, your pelvis. One more breath here. And then making your way back to tabletop, we're going to head up into downward dog. Let's try to recreate that sensation, so that feeling you had in your back and your pelvis and your shoulders, we'll try to recreate in our downward dog. So curling the toes, push the hips back to the heels, raising the knees slowly. Keep the knees very generously bent, the heels well away from the mat. And focus on pressing away from your hands, pushing your pelvis back, finding that feeling you had in your puppy dog pose, finding it here in downward dog. And when you can feel that on the whole back of your body, then you can begin to work on the legs.
bringing them to stillness wherever feels appropriate. Keeping the knees as bent as you need to and the heels off the mat if you need to. And just accept where you are and what your body gives you in this pose. One more breath here. On your next inhale, raise the heels away from the mat. And exhale, drawing them down towards the mat. And again, inhale, raising up onto your toes. Exhale, lowering the heels down. Once more. And then coming back up onto your toes, tiptoe, nice and slowly, up towards your hands and coming to the top of the mat in forward fold, bend your knees and come all the way up to stand. Good. Making your way to the top of your mat and having the feet pointing straight out in front of you. Both feet pointing in exactly the same direction, equal weight across the feet. Standing up nice and tall, turning the palms outwards. And as we inhale, let's just allow the arms to drift away. And exhale, let them softly come back. 2 more breaths like this, remembering that victorious breath. And then let's do a nice slow sun salute on each side, raising the arms up over your head, palms together, raise the gaze, take a breath. And sweeping the arms out to the side, forward fold. Don't worry about your knees, they can be as bent as you need them to be. Again, just accepting what your body gives to you. And then challenging it just a little tiny bit. We don't want to push it. We just want to incrementally help it to unwind, unravel, stretch out. And halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Forward fold once again. And let's step the right leg back for your low lunge. Having those arms up past the ears, so often we can be a little short, having the arms slightly in front. Draw them back so they run parallel to the ears to get the maximum benefit from this pose. And then through to our plank. Shoulders over wrists. Again, keeping those hands nice and active. 2 more breaths here. And coming down on your knees and feet, chest and belly. And then drawing that forehead and chest away from the mat. Let's push on up through tabletop into our best possible downward dog, recreating that length in the body. One more breath here. And stretching the right leg out behind you. Step it through for your low lunge. And then making our way up into our forward fold. Let's stay here for a breath. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, palms together, raise the gaze. Sweeping the arms out to the side once more, forward fold. And halfway lift. Nice long spine here. Gazing on the mat. And forward fold. Let's step the left leg back for your low lunge. And then through to the plank. 3 breaths here. And lowering yourself down onto your mat. Then let's raise the forehead and chest. And push on up to our downward dog. Stretching that left leg out behind you. Let's step it through. Low lunge. And up into our forward fold. Nice and deep. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up. Bringing those hands down into prayer at the chest. Good. Okay, from here, keep the right leg where it is. Let's step that left leg back. We want to keep the heels in line with each other. So the front of your body is looking out the long side of your mat. Keeping this right knee over the right ankle. Being conscious of it, that it's not tilting in or out. So imagine we've got some kind of a wall here running along the right side of the leg that we want to keep this leg pressed against. See what your body will give you in terms of the distance between your front and back leg. You want to be able to still be able to press that long side of your foot into the mat. Open the arms out into a T, soften the shoulders, engage the core, and look to the right. And now accept what your body has given you. And let's take 3 breaths here in Warrior 2. Then bending this right arm, let it rest on the right leg and draw that left arm up past your ear, keeping the body looking out over that long side of the mat.
You'll feel the stretch in the hamstring of the right leg and the strengthening on the contraction on the quad, and a nice long stretch on the back leg. And then drawing that left arm down onto your thigh, bring the right hand up, following it with your gaze, reverse warrior. And then lengthening this front leg, coming all the way up to stand at the top of your mat. Feet hip width apart, raising the arms up. Sweep them down into a forward fold. And from here, stepping back to your downward dog, taking a breath here. Stretching the right leg up. Stepping it through to come into a runner's lunge. So this right knee is over the right ankle. And then from here, rising up to your high lunge. And let's step this left foot across. So our heels are now lined up and we come into our warrior one. Bending the elbow, let's take it through to our extended side angle. And then back to our reverse warrior. And from here, coming forward to frame the foot, swivel on that back leg, step it back into your downward dog. And then let's walk up the feet to meet the hands, bend the knees. Coming all the way up to stand, bringing the hands down into prayer. Let's take that on the other side. I'll just run down to the other end of the mat so I don't have my back to you. So from here, we are stepping I have to get this right now, right leg back. Keeping the heels in line with each other. And again, just challenging the body a little bit, seeing how wide a distance you can get between the two legs, bringing the arms out into a T for your warrior two as we take 3 breaths here. And then bending this elbow, let's bring it all the way into our extended side angle, keeping that chest nice and open, shoulders stacked on top of each other. Nice bend in that front knee. And then drawing it back into your reverse warrior. And coming all the way up once again to stand at the top of your mat. Feet hip width apart, raising the arms up, palms together. Sweeping down into your forward fold, nice and deep now. And stepping back into your downward dog. Finding that length in the spine, finding that feeling you had. And stretching the left leg out behind you. Step it forward. Coming into your runner's lunge for a breath. And then rising up to your high lunge for a breath. Stepping that back foot across to line up the heels for your warrior 2. And then through to your extended side angle. Taking it into reverse warrior. And then folding forward over this front leg, just swiveling on the back leg to step back once more to your downward dog. And making your way back into forward fold at the top of your mat. Bend the knees, coming all the way up to stand. Bring the hands down into prayer. I'm just going to make my way back up here. I'm going to flow through that on each side again. So feet hip width apart. Nice alignment, ear, shoulder, hip, heel. Draw the arms up over the head, raise the gaze. Forward fold. Let each breath just help you deepen into the pose, and let's step back to our downward dog. Stretching the right leg out behind you and step it through for your runner's lunge. Lifting up to your high lunge. And then stepping this left leg across, warrior 2. Bending the right elbow to come into your extended side angle. And then taking it back to reverse warrior. From here, folding forward over the front leg, swivel on the back, stepping it back to your downward dog. And then stretching the left leg out behind you. Let's step it through for our runner's lunge. And rising up to high lunge. Being very aware of this front knee, step that back leg across for your warrior 2. Bending the elbow, making your way to your extended side angle. And then through to reverse warrior. Folding forward over this front leg. Once again, stepping it back to your downward dog. Great, let's run through that once more on each side. Taking a breath here in downward dog. Stretching the right leg out, taking a breath. Stepping the right leg through for runner's lunge. Lifting up to your high lunge. And then taking it into your warrior two. From here, it's our extended side angle. And then through to our reverse warrior. Let's fold over this front leg, coming back into our downward dog. Last side, stretching that left leg out behind you. Stepping it through for our runner's lunge. Lifting up, high lunge. And warrior two. Taking it through to your extended side angle. And then reverse warrior. And then folding over this front leg, stepping it back once more to your downward dog. And then bending your knees, bringing them down onto the mat. Open the feet and come down into a child's pose. Let the body soften. One more breath here. Remembering that victorious breath throughout. Making that nice deep sound with the exhale. And then making your way back into tabletop. And up into your downward dog once more. Walking the feet up to meet the hands. Bend the knees. Coming all the way up to stand, bringing those hands down into prayer at the chest. Just ensuring your feet are nice and level. Your hips are square. As we step our right leg straight back. and come into a warrior one. So this left knee is bent over the left ankle. Nice long stance, taking as much as you can in terms of space. Raising the arms up over the head. Let's take a breath here. One more breath. And then reach the arms forward, shift the weight into this left leg and raise the right leg up. Warrior three. One more breath. And step that right foot underneath you. Good. Let's try that on the other side. So again, starting off, having those feet nice and level, stable. And let's step this left leg as back as far as it will go, while still being fully connected to the mat, squaring up the hips, raising up the arms. One more breath here. And then moving it into your warrior three. You might find it easier to have the hands at the chest. Lifting up that back leg. Arms out or at the chest. One more breath. And then stepping that foot back up to the top of the mat. Well done. Raising the arms up. Let's sweep them down into a forward fold. Taking a breath here. And then coming down onto your knees and swinging around to come into your staff pose. Toes pointing upwards, sitting up nice and tall, equal weight on both seat bones. Close your eyes. Let your mind just recall the practice and accept how much your body gave you. And then from here, folding forward, bend your knees as much as you need to as you just drop the body down towards the legs. One more breath here. And then rising up. Let's draw the left leg in. And with the right leg bending the knee, lifting it up into a cradle pose. Just rocking it gently, sitting up tall. And then when you feel the point where you're getting a little bit of a stretch, come to stillness. One more breath here. And then releasing the right leg down, let's take it to the other side. So raising the left leg, again, just rocking it. When you feel the point of stretch, come to stillness. Accept how much your hip is willing to give you here. Lengthen through the spine and focus on your breath. And then from here, let's just keep the right leg where it is. Bend the left leg back. And then just take a little twist and a nice deep torso stretch. Letting the whole front of the body open. One more breath here. And coming back to the center, let's just take that over to the other side. So left leg comes in front, right leg behind, nice torso stretch. One more breath. And coming back around to the center, bringing both feet back onto the mat, slowly lowering yourself down onto your mat and hug those knees into your chest. Take a little movement here if you like. And then when you're ready, let those feet come down onto the mat. Stretch the legs out long. Let the palms face upwards and the feet fall out to the side. And just allow the body now to recover. As you let go your toes and the soles of your feet. Letting go the tops of your feet, your heels and ankles. Letting go your calves and your shins, the backs of your knees and the fronts of your knees. Backs of your thighs and the fronts of your thighs, the whole of your legs, just let them go. Letting go your glutes, your pelvis, the small of your back, the length of your spine, the back of your rib cage and your shoulder blades. Just let it go. Whole front of your body, rib cage, chest, shoulders. Letting go your armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists. Letting go the backs of your hands, the palms of your hands and your fingers. Letting go the back of your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaw, chin, lips and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go.
and let your heart fill with gratitude to yourself for accepting who you are. And then let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose into your belly, pause, and then exhale through your nose. And imagine you're walking by a beach. Notice the sounds, smells, the texture under your feet, the temperature of the sun, the sounds of the waves gently ebbing and flowing.